Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of 100% pure Canadian beef. You get your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge. Welcome. It is Halloween Eve. We just shot our podcast that's going to come out on Halloween, and I'm still dressed for the night. So hopefully I look funny because I think I do. All right, we have game number 9 this season. Game number 9. This is the pregame show for that. Montreal is in Vancouver, in Vegas. That's close. In Vegas, to take on the Golden Knights. League leading Golden Knights, as a matter of fact. So it should be a fun game. It's a late start, 10 o'clock start, hence the late pregame show. But here we are. I have some news. I've got the stats. I've got the lineups, and I've got other things too. So we're going to do that. And if you are here, say hi in the chat. Ask me a question if you want. We got a little bit of time. We're going to talk. I'm going to do some of this stuff. And yeah, we're going to get on with the show. Sorry, I just spent like an hour and a half talking on the podcast. So hopefully you guys will watch that. It's coming out tomorrow afternoon. It is our first video podcast. So the Pucking Around podcast is in video form right now. So yeah, you'll be able to find that, by the way, in the description of this video. It won't take you to that one episode exactly, but it'll take you to the page and get you there. What else? Let's use here. I do hope, since I'm dressed up, I hope you all are at home as well, joining me. Mary Jo, your first one in. Awesome. Vegas, 5-2 Marchessault. I was going to take Marchessault, and I thought, oh, isn't he in Florida now? Like, I thought he went somewhere else, but I guess I was right. He's there. I took someone else for the game anyway. It doesn't matter. Jason LaRose. Hey, Jason, 4-3 Habs. Caulfield, first goal. Guru. Hey, Guru. 5-1 Vegas. Barbashev, first goal. Bob's your uncle. Hey, Bob's your uncle. 3-2 Habs. Eichel, first goal. Aiken, 6-2 Vegas. Stone with the first goal. Bye-bye. 4-2 Habs. Evans, first goal. Awesome. Nobody wants to talk to me, though. Just give guesses. Excuse me. I almost choked on my own laughter. Hopefully, the game doesn't go too late. Well, I mean, it can only go so much anyway, right? I'm prepared for it till 1. It won't go past 1 unless something happens in the game that delays the game that long. It won't go past 1, even if they go to a shootout. So I'm prepared for that. It's not so bad. I'm up at that time anyway. It's not like it's keeping me up, so it's not a big deal totally. Still early for you out there. Yeah, you're lucky for that. Babe, I didn't expect anything less. You're in the Maritimes, so it's even later down there. No worries, buddy. Thanks for dropping in, though. Wonder Phil's here. I'm so used to calling you Filibuster. That's why I hesitate. I got to get the right name down. It's a pretty neat. Yeah, this is 100%. By the way, I forgot. I'm utterly happy with my costume. If you're not sure I'm not a Dalmatian. I'm not. All right. So what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Continue on with this. Galley scores at least one hat trick, and he's also first goal scorer tonight. Wins 100% of his faceoffs, and will win 6-5. Bold. Dress up might be tomorrow, but see, we filmed the podcast, the video podcast, and that's coming out tomorrow. So we had to be dressed up for tonight. And there's no game tomorrow, so I'm in costume tonight. It works on a lot of different levels. Matt Outdoor, how's it going? How many pies have you made today so far? How many pies have I made today? Oh, I see what you're saying. I get it. I see what you did there. Let's see. Once this morning, twice. Eric said, "Hey, Eric." He says, "Eric says hat trick or treat." I have that actually. I was going to use that on the thumbnail. I might have used it, but I don't think it came out right. But I have a something I was going to use in the thumbnail. So it says exactly that: hat trick or treat. Would be nice to see a tight game, but might end up like the New Jersey game. Good start and slowly get taken over. It could, but the interesting thing with the Knights, the Golden Knights, they started off the season with 3 4-1 wins. And how many games they played? 9, right? So that's 3. And then I know 4 out of their last 5 games have been by 1 goal, and the other game was by 2 because of an empty net goal. So they started out like gangbusters, but it's kind of tightened up. So I think there's a possibility here for Montreal, depending on, what Montreal team we're going to see tonight. I do believe Matheson is going to be in the lineup because that's the lines I have that were released at like 3:20. Says Matheson in the lineup. So let's go over a little bit of news, and then I'll get back to this to the chat. I don't even know if I want to lead with this. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. I don't know if anybody wants to talk about what happened in London or in England anyway. I don't think it was London. In that hockey game there where a player died. We can talk about it. It's not pretty. Monty turns 27 today, so it's weird to go over that. But Monty, 27 today. Did you know his nickname? The Habs put this out on Twitter, and they said, "Happy birthday, Snacks." That's what they call Monty, Snacks. That's his nickname. Didn't know that till today. Happy birthday, Monty. Mike Matheson was listed as day-to-day today, but he is on the road trip with Montreal. He's apparently got an LBI, lower body injury, but I'm going to show you the lineup, and he's in the lineup. So maybe I know it's nothing serious. It was nothing serious. So maybe they have him in the lineup. Montreal's power play is 11th in the league and has at least 1 power play goal in each of the last 5 games. So let's hope that goes to 6 games. And if the refs decide Montreal's worthy of getting a power play, then we get one. So this is what I was saying. I think I said everything. Yeah, so I was saying that about their wins and all that. And this is also game number 3 in 4 nights for Vegas. So they did have yesterday off, but still 3 games in 4 nights. Maybe that helps Montreal. Habs have not beaten the Golden Knights since the 2020-2021 playoffs in round 3, game 6 to win the series. That's the last time they beat them. Let's hope they start a new streak tonight. That's all I've got except my guess for the Guess the Score contest. Oh, I didn't really announce that right, eh? Guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game. And you can take that guy from either team. And if you're the first person with that guess in the chat, you could win the prize of $10 directly into your bank account. My guess, and I don't win, by the way, 4-3 in overtime for Montreal. I'm giving the first goal to Slavkovsky. Why not? Slav is kind of due for a goal. Why not be the first one tonight? Right? Why not? Let's see. Where was I? Let me get back to you. That's all the news I got. Ooh, there's a lot of comments. Bob's your uncle says his spidey senses tell me tonight is the night that Vegas drops its first regulation game. It might. I'm calling for it in overtime, so maybe not. But I do think Montreal I think Montreal could win this game. So I'm gonna pull for Montreal. That's for sure. Hey, Andre, how you doing out there? Hey, Doug. Vegas 5, Montreal 2. Caulfield first goal. Love that people still dress up for the day. Warms my little heart. Well, I've been doing. If I have a show anywhere like in that range or on that night, I've been dressing up. Not very well. I think this one was creative. This is an old costume that I used to put on when we took the kids out for Halloween. But this is the first. I used to have a hat, so you could see that I was a cow. This is the first time I haven't worn this in like forever, but it's the first time I've been creative with it. At least I'm 100% pure Canadian beef. Canada beef. And I'm as pure as the driven snow. Sure I am. Andre says Vegas 4, Montreal 2, Theodore first goal. Theodore's leading their team, which we'll get to that in the preview, which we're going to get to. Hey, Safka, am I 100% vegan, gender neutral Canadian beef? Yeah, I'm a vegan Canadian beef. I'm not vegan. Even though I'm a cow, I eat beef. I'm a cannibal cow. Bye-bye. Your McFarlane hockey figure of Cole Caulfield was shipped to me today. To you today, not me, actually. Awesome. That's the thing you sent me a picture of, eh? Been a few years since they did hockey figures. Oh, okay. McFarlane. Yeah, I get you. Well, that's cool. Imagine in a few days you'll have it. I don't know where it's coming from, though. J-Fed, 6-2 Vegas, Barbashev, first goal. Phil says, I've got a gray beard and many teats. Many teats. Many. How many we got? 1, 2. I got 4. I don't know if 4 is many. And definitely smokes his veggies. Smoke my oregano. It's just oregano. It's what they do on the movie sets. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing the show. I figure I smoke oregano like they do on the movie sets. When they see somebody smoking a cigarette, usually in a movie or a TV show, they're smoking oregano. Or something like that, anyway. That's all I'm doing. It's only oregano. Vegas is due for a loss, but are the Habs the team to do it? Why not? Why not? I mean, it's a team that doesn't give up. So even if they fall behind a little bit, I think it's a team that's going to battle back. You know, are they outskilled? I mean, that's pretty much the question, right? Are they outskilled? I think every other way we match up, size, that kind of stuff. So maybe we're even more likely to beat them than we have been, say, in the last 2 years. How's that for there you go. There's my analysis. Thank you, Joe. You want to see my teats? I said teats. Okay, YouTube. Allen has great value all of a sudden, more so for teams like Buffalo, Tampa. I'm reading we could ask for as much as a late first. He is playing out of his mind. Should we capitalize? From what I read, I think all 3 goalies that are on the roster right now, Primo included, are available for trade. That's what I read. Is that true? I don't know. Allen's value is definitely up, but I think other teams see it the same way we probably do too, and is that's not really sustainable. I guess depending on the team in front of him. So I guess depending on who's interested, like Tampa, he'd probably really do well there. Although I guess any team that's going to be trading for him is pretty. But Buffalo, I don't know. Will he have the same impact in Buffalo? I don't know. Should they trade him? I think they're going to. What's the answer for the 3 goalies? I think trading one of them is probably the answer. Well, JVed, we tackle this issue in the podcast, so it's coming out tomorrow. You might want to check that out. Tragic. I don't know. We're talking about the incident in England. I mean, I read it's a freak accident. It's a freak accident, and then you look at the replay. Now, when you see the replay happen in regular speed, you can't really tell what happened. When you slow it down, though, that's when you realize what happened. And I've never seen anything like that. I mean, I'm watching hockey over 50 years. I've never seen anybody do what that kid that hurt him did. Never saw that before. And no, he wasn't checked into the other guy. He wasn't. So if you read about it and it says freak accident, it's not a freak accident. In my opinion, when they investigate, and they are investigating, the kid that did it is going to be charged with manslaughter at the least, without a doubt. And if they go into their backgrounds and they find that there might have been a feud between these players, that kid's going to be charged with murder, in at least murder in the third, at least. And I've never seen, like, this murder on the ice in hockey. I've never heard of that before, and I've never seen anything like that before. And I hope that I never see that again. And yes, neck protection, wrist protection needs to be mandatory. When I played hockey back in the 90s, just old-timer hockey, it was, I'm not sure how many years after Clint Malarchuk, but it was, I want to say actually the first time when I first played old-timers hockey, there was a couple of years in between. And I think the first time, it was right after the Clint Malarchuk, within a few years. And yeah, you couldn't get on the ice without now not in the NHL, but in amateur hockey, any amateur hockey, you couldn't get out on the ice without a neck thing. So I wore it. It was not a problem. It needs to be mandatory. Where are we at here? Am I wasting time? $10 or a gallon of pure Canadian milk unfiltered. I don't think they want that from me. Kind of gross. I mean, that's what my brain is. I'm sorry. I'm not even going there, Phil. This is not going there. Joe has first goal, Nick. That's a good point. I forgot to write that down. Nick Suzuki's 300th NHL game tonight. So Nick with the first goal. Habs 4-3. I should have given it to Suzuki for that. You are right. Eric, from what I see, and you'll see in a minute, no, Monty is in nets tonight. You know, it makes sense to me, and I can't remember why. I was thinking before I got the lineups, and I was thinking about, are they going to start Allen or Monty? I said, no, they're going to start Monty. And I had a reason why that made a lot of sense, and then when I went and looked and I saw it, and I couldn't remember the damn reason, and I still can't. So I think because the way Allen's been playing, everyone figures Montreal has given him the starter's role, and he's gonna. But I don't think that's true, and I think by Monty getting the start tonight, that proves that that's not true. I think it's still a question of 1A, 1B. Paul says, "Hey Paul, 5-3 for Vegas. Caden Gooley though with the first goal." Fred Lajoie, 4-3 Montreal. Suzuki first goal. Where am I? 4 is few for a cow. Yes, I know that. Just let you, like, it's fake, you know, just in case you don't know. Oh, I'm not getting into that conversation. All ice cream comes from northern cows. Yeah. What should, by the way, hey Ryan, what should we do with the Monahan and Pearson if we are in a playoff spot come the trade deadline? The goal of these players is to get the best. What's that? The best ROI? What does that mean? Best return? Best what? I mean, if we're in a playoff spot, Probably. I mean, I think Monahan, the talk about that's out there now with Monahan signing him and everything, I think that's a big possibility. And if they're in the playoffs, so they hang on to him, they re-sign him. I don't think that's a big problem. But the thing is, they're not going to be in the playoffs. They're not. Believe me, they're not going to be in the playoffs. As much as I would love it, but it's not time. It'd be too early, and they're not going to make the playoffs. So, I think there's a possibility they might consider re-signing Monahan if they can work out a really team-friendly kind of contract with him. I think Monahan could be re-signed anyway. Pearson, look, let's face it, Pearson's gone at the trade deadline. They're not re-signing him. They're not going to be in a playoff position. He's going to be traded at the deadline. And I hope he's playing well like he is already and keep that up and then get a decent return for Pearson too. Not a first-round pick, obviously, but a decent return. Monahan in the long run, it's very possible that he's more valuable staying here for the next 4 or 5 years than the return we'll get for him, even though it'll be a good one. But let's face it too, right? If it's a first-round pick, it's going to be a high first-round pick because more than likely, team trading for him is a contender, and it's not going to be a great first-round pick. Sufka, the difference was, to my mind, is Zednik thing was an accident. This one was not. Resign Monahan, trade Devo and Pearson. That's a good possibility. Wait, what you mean? I can't be 100% pure beef? Why? I'd like to hear this one. Because I am, eh? Pure Canadian beef. You don't believe me? Bend over. And I didn't just say that. Don't worry. Loving this. Keep milking. I'm going to milk the situation. All right? All right. Leagues. And by the way, I am Canadian, eh? Like, take off if you don't think I'm Canadian, eh? Like take off, eh? I was raised on Timmy's and donuts, eh? Coffee and donuts. That's what I have. Leagues are not proactive. They wait until a major incident to change things. Well, to me, this is a major incident. Whether it was accidental or not, still, to me, this is a major incident and should change things. Bob's your uncle. I saw the game. I was watching the game on TV, the Malarchuk one, when it happened. Listen, I don't blame you. I'm not telling you all to go watch it. I'm not. I'm not. I'm really not. But I did watch it. Full chainmail for all players. Kid proofs those blades. No, listen though. Apparently they already have the cut proof material. They've got an undergarment for players. So it's fully cut proof and it has a neck protection already built in. Apparently it's really comfortable. There's things out there for them to wear. When I wore the one I wore was back in the early days of them, and they were fine. They got a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit at the end of the game when they were just soaked through with sweat. But I mean, other than that, they were not a problem to wear. Plecanic's turtleneck. And that would have got cut too. Milk does the body good. Yes, it does. Thing is, if I'm a cow, the milk's coming out of me. It doesn't, I don't know, does that do my body good? I don't know. Prediction for the game tonight. Actually, the thing that you should predict the game here. My prediction is 4-3 Montreal in overtime. That's my prediction for the game. ROI, return on investment. I got you. I'm usually not very critical of Hockey Night in Canada, but I thought it was incredibly arrogant or stupid of the After Hours show who had Rick Tocchet on after the late game. He joked about betting. He joked about betting? Yeah. I'm not surprised. I mean, shitty people are going to do something like that. You know, shitty people. And he'd probably say, yeah, but I'm getting paid well to do it. So, yeah, well, that means that's why you're a shitty fucking person. All right, we're going to get to the preview in a sec. I don't know if I'm going to get to all these. It just keeps more and more and more comments. Trying to go through them. Kevlar. I don't think it's Kevlar. Kevlar is like bulletproof vests. By not just Hockey Night in Canada, I think the TSN and the Sportsnet, not so much the TSN one, but the Sportsnet one. It's also just a shit show. Can you get any more hypocritical than exactly that, Ryan? Banned for gambling, and really banned for gambling and making the NHL look bad because of the gambling stuff. You know, that's why they did it. It made them look bad. So that's why. And so that's just, isn't that hypocritical? Am I a steroid-free cow? Yes. Never had steroids. Grain-fed and steroid-free. Sounds like a song from the old days. Agreed with Chef Burger. No tobacco, alcohol. But we okay with betting. Advertised milk. Whatever the country makes. Canada oil, formerly rapeseed oil. Rapeseed oil. Oh, it is. I think that is actually the name. Wonder why they changed that. You can't advertise tobacco and alcohol, and you shouldn't be able to advertise betting. Joe, I bet you the gambling is everywhere, all over the place. Well, they don't feel they do. But I tend to agree with you, right? But that's apparently what I read this and I've heard from other people that they have it too. This was the reason why he got the suspension, because it made them look bad. Great. But I agree with you. They don't need players to make them look bad. They do it all by themselves. All right, here comes the preview. How now, brown cow? Let's get a preview. I'm not a brown cow, actually. I'm a white and black cow. Ebony and ivory. That's me. I'm getting there. Don't worry. I'm getting there. I'm going to take care of the priorities first. All right. Game tonight. Montreal 5-2-1 against Vegas 8-0-1. One of only two undefeated teams with the Boston Bruins. How to watch this game. Start time 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. In the Canadians region, TSN2 in English, RDS in French. And in the Golden Knights region on Scripps, whatever that stands for, streaming ESPN Plus, RDS, TSN Plus, and Sportsnet Plus. Season series, they are playing tonight and then November 16th. So in 17 days after the night, back here in Montreal, we'll take them on again. Last 10 games, we're getting close. 8 and 9 games respectively. Vegas 8-0-1, and they are only on a one-game streak, so they won their last game. Montreal 5-2-1, and they They're on a very mini streak of 2 games. Can they make it 3 against the league leading team? Home and away record. Montreal's away record is 1-1-0. And, this is different than it used to be. Okay, they changed this. So just their away record is 1-1-0. Away underdog, so their record against, I'm not giving the betting shit. Home record for Vegas is 4-1-0. How's that? Tail of the tape, that's what this is called. Scoring chances for percentage, Montreal 48%, 24th. In the league, 52.2% for Vegas, 11th. And that's puck possession stats, I believe. Goals per game, 3.13 for Montreal, 16th. 3.67 for Vegas. That's 6th, so they're a half a goal a game higher than Montreal. Goals against per game, 3.25 for Montreal, 21st. And 2.22 for Vegas, 23rd. So they're giving up a goal less per game than Montreal. Power play percentage, 22.6% for Montreal. Look at those numbers, man. When was the last time we had a 22.6% power play? I don't even remember. 11th place in the league. And we're a little bit better than Vegas, who are at 21.9% for 12th. PK percentage, 75.6% for Montreal, 21st. 88% for Vegas, a good PK as well, 8th. Last year, head-to-head, we were 0-1-1 against them, and they were 2-0-0 against us. Face-off numbers. Montreal's face-off numbers dropping, 51.4%, 12th in the league, and 53.2% for Vegas, 7th in the league. Shots on goal and shots against per game, so shots allowed. For Montreal, 36.5. For Vegas, 28.8. And shots on goal, 28.8 for Montreal, 29.2 for Vegas. Players to watch over the last 5. In points, Caulfield with 6. And Theodore leading Vegas with 8 points. Goals. Monahan, that's not even right numbers. Monahan with 4. Caulfield also with 4. Marchessault with 2, and I question if he's got 2. I don't think these are accurate. Assists, Nick Suzuki 5, it says, and Shea Theodore 6. And plus minus, Caulfield with a +3, Theodore +6. And we'll move on then. Team leaders, as you'll see here, Monahan, goals, 4 goals. Eichel for Vegas with 3. Points, Caulfield, 9 points. Theodore, 10 points for Vegas. Average time on ice, Matheson, 24:47. And Alex Pietrangelo, 24:40 for Vegas. And wins, Allen with 3. Logan Thompson with 4 for Vegas. Atlantic standings, Montreal third in the Atlantic, Boston and Toronto ahead of them, but Montreal tied in like identical records. Detroit is next. Tampa just outside the playoffs. If they were in playoffs now after 8 games, that would be something. Florida Panthers, Ottawa Senators, and Ottawa might be staying down there because of that injury to Thomas Chabot. Broken hand, out 6 to 8 weeks. Big injury. And then Buffalo on the bottom. And let's see. Overall in the NHL, Montreal is top 10 in the NHL, sitting at 8th place. 8th place. Montreal Canadiens. That won't last long. Enjoy it while you can see it. Top 5 in scoring for Vegas. Theodore, 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points. William Karlsson, 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points. Jack Eichel, 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points. Chandler Stevenson, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points. And the same for Mark Stone. I just said, excuse me, after coughing to nobody because my mic was off. Nice. This is the top 8 for Montreal, just to give you a little better look at all the scoring. Caulfield, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. Monahan, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. Suzuki, 1 goal, 6 assists, 7 points. Matheson, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points. Pearson, kind of stuck there now at 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. Newhook, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points. He's stuck there a bit. Justin Barron, 3 goals for 3 points. And then Brendan Gallagher, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. And that's the top 8 scoring for Montreal. Goalies tonight. I feel like goalies tonight. No, yeah, it's Monty and Logan Thompson, I believe. No, Aiden Hill we're getting tonight. I think. I'm not sure. But it's Monty, 2-1-0, 329, 901 save percentage. And we'll just give you both of them. Aiden Hill, 4-0-1, 216 goals against, 915 save percentage. None of the goalies on this board have shutouts. Thompson, 4-0-0, 221 goals against, and a 930 save percentage. So, toss-up. They're both good. Whoever we face, going to be tough. Vegas Golden Knights projected lineup. That's how you say it, Rick. Eichel centering Barbashev and Marchessault. Chandler Stevenson in between Cotter, Mr. Cotter. Paul Cotter and Mark Stone. William Karlsson, hopefully not drunk. Well, actually, hopefully drunk. In between, I say that because after the thing after they won the cup. Karlsson in between Dorofeyev and Amadio, and then Howden in between Carrier. He's French, and Colasar. You got Martinez and Peter Angelo first pair, McNabb and Theodore second pair, Haig and Korzak third pair, Aiden Hill starting, Logan Thompson backing him up. Montreal's lines: Suzuki, Caulfield, Raphael, Harvey, Pinard, Newhook, Anderson, Slavkovsky, Monahan, Pearson, Gallagher, Evans, Pizzetta, Armia. So in other words, no change from the last game. And you see there, Matheson and Kovacevic first pair. So that's what they got there. Gooley and Barron. So I guess Kovacevic and Barron switched. And Jack-Eye and Harris. Monty starting. Allen backing them up. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my preview. Let's see what y'all got to say about that. If I can find where I left off. Let's not go too far back. Hey, Troy. How's it going, Troy Evans? Any more news on trading Armia? Nope, not yet. Is that an unpopular opinion, Phil? It's probably very true. It might be an unpopular opinion. Doesn't change that. That's probably very, very true. He says social media like Facebook, Instagram, and the rest, all poison, all addictive. Very true. Myself included. Eric, that's a good tie-in. Ever since Vegas came into the league, it's full speed ahead for gambling ads, and Bettman is all for it. Yep. Gambling is definitely, in my opinion, having an influence on the game, on the refereeing, on a lot of aspects of the game. That's my opinion. Oh, that came out weird. Gislain, 6-3, Marchessault first goal, 6-3 Vegas, by the way. Armia is almost assuredly going to be traded to Washington, possibly in a 3-way trade, but it should involve Memphis some way or other. That rumor's kind of petered out. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but that rumor's kind of petered out. I haven't really seen anybody talking about it, but I mean, that's possible. Oh, look who's there. Matt. Hey, Matt. McAvoy ejected for Boston. 5-minute major for a hit to the head. Nice. Nice that they ejected him for it. Not nice that he gave a hit to the head. Anyone ever see a pumpkin that looks like it's completely covered in peanut shells? Nope, it's super neat. Looking peanut pumpkin, we'll find it. Apparently, it's super sweet and softball. You mean that it actually is? No, I've never seen that. Who are the refs tonight? I don't know. What I do know is this. Whoever the refs are, they're going to make some bad calls. Bob's your uncle. I kind of remember that about the gambling there with the NBA. I don't think the NBA would say that now. How bad are the Leafs tied with a rebuilding Habs team? How bad are the Leafs tied with a rebuilding Habs team? Just to say, punctuation means a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, as much as I want to now put the Leafs down, it's kind of like the Habs. They're not where they should be. So, you know, 8 games into the season, too early to tell that, you know. As much as I really want that to mean something, it probably doesn't mean anything. Let's see. I'll get to the end of these. The Maple Leafs are exactly where they're supposed to be. Top 8 in the NHL. It's the Habs and Canucks that are overachieving right now, and it could be explained by the easy schedule. I think you're right there. Leafs are where they should be. Montreal and anybody else that shouldn't be there are there where they shouldn't be. Do I have any hope in hell that Montreal finishes in the top 10 in the league? No. Neither will the Canucks. So tonight is a test. That's right. Tonight's a real test. Except that Vegas a little bit overinflated in that started out really like scoring goals and outscoring, but it's been tighter games in the last 5-6 games. So we'll see. Maybe Montreal, you know, just with their never give up attitude. I don't expect maybe a regulation win, but I could see Montreal winning this in overtime if they can get there. Why not? Barron's been really good, Eric, since he's gotten in the lineup, and he ain't coming out anytime soon either. He's been playing really well. 3 goals. He had no assists, but I mean, he's gotten 3 goals, nice goals, important goals. He's been good. 3 goalies. Did they go past Christmas? I can't see that. Like that's not really a sustainable thing. In my opinion, it's not. I mean, if you want, like especially for Primo, if you want Primo to continue to develop, I don't think having him here under 3 goalies is the right thing to do. Problem is, how do you get him to Laval? Through waivers. They figure that he'll get picked up. That's the problem. So you're saying I'm very easy to milk. Depends what you look like. You know, if you're of the right gender and you look nice, I might be very easy to milk. If not, try it and see what happens. All right. Guess we won't see McAvoy against Boston. I guess no. Probably by then, whatever suspension he'll get will be served. Like we don't meet them for another 9 games, so they're the game 18. So there's plenty of time for him to serve that. Ref 1 and Ref 2, they don't know what to do. They try to be good, but just can't. I can't rhyme anything with good there. That was a bad choice. Thing 1 and thing. Just call them Thing 1 and Thing 2. I think it's much better. Last names are Hate Habs and Despise Montreal. And the linesmen are cousins of theirs. Bayby's got it. Referees John McIsaac, Mitch Dunning, and then lines persons are Brandon Garlith. I don't know. And Joe Mahone. Mahone? Mahone? Mahone. How do you pronounce it? Mahan? Anyway, there you go. John McIsaac and Mitch Dunning. I don't know. Do they hate the Habs? Don't know. I don't really know those guys. I think they should bring up a while. They've already said they're not going to for a while. So no, I don't agree with that anyway. They should not bring up a while. Let him do what he's doing down there for a while. Well, Ghislain, I definitely must be Angus or Wagyu or Kobe, if that's what you want to call it, because of my generous fat content. Yes, I must be that. Roy could play on first line. I wouldn't do it. There's no need for him to come up here. Nope. Not yet. Does that mean they won't do it? I don't know what they're going to do exactly. I heard some rumor there that they said they might, but they had already said they're going to leave him there for a while. Roy should play in his league. What's his league? What, in his backyard for 2-3 years? Or no, in his league, and then 2-3 years in the A. No, 2-3 years in the AHL is insanity. That's not happening. No, just like I don't know that song, but I want to hear it. I'm blind, I'm deaf. I want to be a ref. I'm blind, I'm deaf. I want to be a ref. But the thing is, I'm blind, I'm deaf. I'm definitely a ref. Because that's what they all are, seems like. Is Matt dressing up? Matt won't be on the show tonight. Matt was dressed up in the podcast. And I gave him plenty of Scooby snacks. Is Matt here? I don't think Matt's here. Matt was here before. I don't think he's still in the room. When Roy does come up, he may be the answer to the top line. I'm not even going to, and I like that potential, but I'm not going to say he will be. We don't know what the chemistry will be there. I assume it'll be fine. But I know I'm not going to just say for sure. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Blind deaf rep. No, I've done my share, I think, of I hate the refs poems. You can only beat a dead cow long enough. Ha ha ha. Dead cow. The real reason Japanese beef is so expensive, yes, it's quality. But it's because in Japan, every fish meat changes hands like 10 times, and the price, of course, increases at every step. Yes. Well, Wagyu beef, though, I mean, Angus beef, too, is very expensive. Geez, did we get to the end? Actually, we did. I only got 10 minutes to game time. So that's it. Thanks. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Thanks, everybody, for being here. It was a lot of fun. I'll be back in 10 minutes for the game. Hopefully, you guys will join me. And that's it. I got to run. So thanks for being here. Till next time, which is 10 minutes from now. Just 10 minutes. Stay safe. It's not hard to do. And peace out. And I'll see you soon. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. It's been a long night. It's going to get longer. Keep your stick on the ice. Go Habs, go. And I'll see you in a few minutes. Ciao, everybody.